Now, even at 5'8", most guys, typically want a girl a little bit shorter than them, if you understand what I mean. Right. Now, women come in all shapes and sizes though too, right? Just a bit. So like I said, if I get a petite girl, does that mean I want a little girl? You're crazy. See, that's the problem. When you're obsessed with sex, and I'm not, right? I'm just trying to wait for a woman, right? You do know what that means, right? You gotta wait for someone to really be serious about you before you meet with anyone, right? And that's the problem, right? Women had sex with the idiot, only women. And there was only 2 instances where underage girls, but still not capable of not knowing right from wrong, right, could have been with me, right? And even then, I'm in the living room where I'm supposed to be. Not messing with them, right? So they would have to mess with me, right? Inappropriately as well, right? See, that's what you're not getting, right? Children who do that are already in a bad situation, right? Not from me, but from the males around them, right? Now, all I can do is if a female wants sex with me, tell her she's supposed to wait, right? That don't mean, right, she can't take advantage of me and be with me anyway, right? What's the difference? You're not trying to be with her. I'm not trying to be with her at all, right? I'm where I'm supposed to be, right? Now, the only way the girl would come into the living room to me is if some man went into her bedroom first. You think that makes sense? Who I was around, right? Like Lisa's dad, right? Do you understand? I've been around that shit. I know better, right? The biggest problem is when the daughter looks different from the dad, though, too. Now, the thing is, Sal's daughter looks like him and Daphne, right? But the question is, does Daphne's dad have a problem? See, whoever's involved with this, it's a male, right? Because see, another thing is, grandmas take care of their children. They don't usually come up in conversation, right? It could be up. Grandma didn't show her that, right? No. You know what I mean, right? I'm being sarcastic, idiot. Right. Though, right. Only way you can know otherwise is if you're recording it, But then you know why she said grandma ain't her, right? It's another male coaching her to say grandma. Right. The question is, which male really did it? Now, the thing is, when Daphne went to go get her, I was supposed to be in Bethesda for a few days and go back, right? The same day, basically, right? Well, not exactly the same day, but the following weekend, right? Or something, right? Again, right? But I stayed there for 2 weeks, too. I went over 6 months, right? Daphne couldn't abort Jonathan either. After the 6 months, right. That's the 3rd trimester. You couldn't do that then, right? Now, if Sheila did something before the 6th month or the 3rd trimester, I don't know. But she's supposed to be on the shit, right? Now, only she hurts herself on purpose, right? But they get her off the ship, right? Though that is an unplanned pregnancy in her defense, right? And I'm not mad about it, but what the problem was in her own head now. Before I met her, and I can't undo whatever was messing her up, right? And what messed me up was the pastor and his congregation wanting to jerk off with me, right? And the shitmates, right? Now, they seem to think about it because I was on the 2020 program, right? So that's the problem with being, right? Well, why are you asking me if I'm gay, right? I was going out to the church, by the way, when he asked me that. But I told him no. As I was telling them politely no to their suggestion, right? That's the difference too, right? But of course, if you're waiting for marriage for 21 years and you meet a girl at your cousin's party, we go off and have sex, well, there goes that idea, right? Of eunuchship out the window, right? All it takes is one woman, idiot, right? And anything under 5'6" is usually good for a man, right? Taller don't matter now, don't get me wrong, right? I don't mind taller women than me, but that's the point too, right? And typically, if you're 5'7" to 5'8", and you're trying to find a woman shorter than you, right? To look like a good couple anyway, 5'6" and below is usually a good number, right? But then I'm not with a child, idiot. Women shorter might not be as well endowed as, say, a taller woman, right? But it don't mean I want to be with a child. The age is the point. If I were Mary Lou Retton, hypothetically there, right? If I was to date her, not saying we did, but hypothetically again, right? Would you say I was a child molester then, right? That's what I mean, right? Though she's older than me, but she ain't that much older than me, but still, I wouldn't go after her because she's in the media, right? I'm not. But if I were to meet her, she would have to live where I live, but she don't. See what I mean, right? You can't meet someone but in your area. Mm-hmm. If I know that, am I as wacky as you want me to be? Right? No. I'm not as wacky as you want me to be. That's your problem with me, right? I know how to date. I was taught how to date properly, right? The problem is you don't. Right? Not me, not you. That's why you're attacking me like idiots. I don't even know who the hell you are. And you damn sure don't know who I am, right? If you're accusing me of being want to be with children, right? It's called crazy because I was around it, not did it. Unless the problem was she didn't want the boy. Then what's she trying to do? Get me in prison? Right? I don't know. Right. Because see, what other thing could I do with her daughter? Nothing. Because I would think she would set me up anyway, idiot. Right. It's you, stubborn jackass, who knows I'm not in a position to do anything about that daughter, even if she woke me up. But who would benefit from it, and why? I don't know. Question is, did Daphne even want my son, right? Let alone had to marry me to get her from her mother, right? What does that mean? I don't know. She won't tell me. See what I mean? Right. Some women don't marry you because they want to, they have to. That's no different than an arranged marriage, though, where you get pregnant and again, right? Didn't really love the person either, right? See, that's why it didn't work out either. She didn't really want the real marriage itself, right? Herself, right? You can tell, right? I can tell. No one consciously leaves their husband who's going to meet their parents, right, on the way to meet their parents, right? Unless they don't want them to really meet theirs, huh? Right. And you know that yourself, idiot, right? But why didn't you want me to meet them, right? Don't you know when you leave a spouse in another state, that spouse is going to think something's fucked up with you, right? Even if it's a female who was left by her husband, right? You know what I mean? That's putting the shoe on the other foot. Say a female was left by her husband in another state while driving across country to meet his family, right? What would you think was going on in the man's mind, right? Idiot. Something was messed up in that mind, right? To do that to the poor woman, right? But it's because it's a man, I'm supposed to be able to know what the hell's going on. I did, right? Though. She had to marry me to get her daughter, fool. And you're trying to blame me for being around the child and sleeping on the couch. That's not how child molestation, and I keep doing this, even works. But why? Who else knew she could come in there and wake me up but the mother, right? Two, right? See, I can't help it if she's already messed up, Mom, right? Before I met her, right? And she had to find someone to marry her, right? To get her daughter from her mother. At least 6 months, right? That's how long we were together, too, right? And she used another dude to even tell me that, right? Yes, she did. Yes, I don't know if she was having sex with him, too, but of course, if I do the DNA test, the baby has to be mine, right? Or is he, right? It might be off by a date. I don't know either, right? See, that's the thing, right? You can't really prove anything or disprove anything. And any test is a bunch of numbers, right? Right. 99.9% is usually pretty high, right? But there's still a small percentage, right? Or they're doctored, right? Like I told you anyway, right? If your numbers aren't up that high, why is that? Right? So they were 150, now it's down to 127, right? That's getting lower, right? It is. Do you understand, right? When someone's out to get you, no. It ain't about you but them. And you're their target, right? Whether you like it or not, right? No matter how many people it is, right? But you still are trying to trust that they know better too, right? See, when you take something you don't want to believe, right? You can't abuse it either, whether you believe it or not, right? No. So that's typically what gets you in trouble, is you want to abuse it, right? Like they did Jesus on the cross, right? Because they can't face the reality. Now we know of the 7 virgins, right? Or 10 virgins mentioned by Jesus. What does that even mean, right? Well, David left 10 women in Jerusalem to tend to things there when he was forced to leave by Absalom. But Absalom slept with all 10 women, right? Because that's how you get under a king who had adultery with Bathsheba's skin, right? See what I mean? Right. You sleep with his wives, right? His concubines, right? Now, is it right or wrong? Yes, it is. It's both. It's both. It's called a ploy. It's like what Reuben did with sleeping with Bilhah, right? It's not so much that his father was more interested in Bilhah than Rachel or Leah, right? Or even Zilpah. But the point is, one of them was having children and one of them wasn't, right? So Bilhah was given to Jacob first, and then Zilpah from Leah too, even though she was having children, right? But she again got pregnant one more time, right? And then finally Rachel got pregnant with Joseph, right? Woo! There are things in that story you don't want to understand. But that's like with the tarot card reader. Who brings a tarot card reader to someone's hotel room? During the first month you're even dating, right? If I remember correctly, right? I know. And then we get married, right? At the justice of the peace, right? There you go. Now, I'm game. I'm trying to find a wife. I'm trying to get out of all that crap Christian Ship Fellowship was put me through in the shipmates, right? I'm wanting a wife, right? You know. But the wife might not have really wanted me, right? That's the problem. That's the problem. And all I can do is say that's water under the bridge, too. I can't change what happened, but I know I didn't touch her daughter sexually, right? If anything came up, it would have been more along the lines of helping her pee or go to the bathroom. And even then, right, that can look sexual, but don't mean the sexual, idiot, dude. And don't prove nothing now, right? Anyway. Whether something happened literally or I'm making it up, right? But that's what I'm trying to figure out, what you know, which is really nothing, right? If in case I got amnesia from it, right? What are you talking about? How do you know anything happened? Only 3 people can know what happened that night, and one of them is the stepdaughter, and the other is the mother, right? Anyone else shouldn't even be commenting on this, right? It's none of your business, right? At all. And no one with a nice personality accuses someone of that on YouTube unless they have, again, a backdoor policy, right? That they're trying to hide they like. More than a front door policy. I like the front door. I don't even use the back. That's me, that's you. I only come in through the front door, baby. You can't come in through the back, but you can come into it, right? If you know what I mean, right? Now, if you're that sold out to the lifestyle, you don't want no babies, and that's not the problem, right? That's fine, right, for God, right? And you. But some people do want that lifestyle, right? The raising of the kids, right? You don't get to say you feel how I feel or I feel how you feel, right? In that situation either, right? Now, one of the things they do biggest, though, is accuse you of not knowing how to raise a child, but then again, they're not really giving you a chance or a choice. Either. You don't know I wouldn't do well with a child or not. There again, it takes 2 to raise a child, usually. Right. Now, another thing someone with you might have to worry about is if you try to murder her instead of me, right? Like I said, everybody has bad blood sometimes, right? That you got to deal with around them, right? Even Taylor Swift, bad blood, right? You're bad blood, you know. You're trying to bring me down, right? Because I ain't done what you said, you know. I don't pick up on those kind of things, right? And the only 2 who could have been with me also could have blackmailed me into the sex, right? See, you don't have a choice if the child's manipulating you and worried that the other man's going to come back and rape her or something, right? And you can't stay with her, right? To protect her from him either, right? So what are you going to do if she says she wants sex with you, right? Tell her, well, pull down my shorts then, right? If you're that sure, right? If you really want the sex, you can have the sex with me, right? I just can't go into the bedroom to you and do it, right? And I never would, right? Or I get in trouble, right? See, I know that. I know my boundaries, right? The one who didn't is the one who messed her up in the first place, right? The one who was kicked out, idiot, right? And if you're around it like with Lot, Peter said, right, you still got to deal with the sickness of those who really would molest a child versus those who wouldn't, right? And all you can do is defend yourself and call them a liar back and not let them get the better of you, right, by their lie. You know they're lying, right? You know they learned how to lie from the devil firsthand. Since Eden. And that don't matter if they meant the truth, right? They know where their reward is if they keep following you, too. That's all you can tell them, right? Bye.